You might as well. That's what I was gonna suggest. Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna be green.
Yep. %90 chance of snow beginning around 10 a.m. is the last I heard.
Oh, okay.
Rick didn't think it looked like it was moving up here that fast, so,
That's good.
but I
That's
don't
good.
think we're gonna get the inches.
I'm sure I'm going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, yeah, they extended it till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, but just because it isn't here yet, I guess. Maybe we're on the edge of it. That'd be great.
But they're showing all through the whole day.
We don't need no more snow.
No, it's good. We're good till nice shower.
Oh, it started this morning really bad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Last night I talked to her about, I think 8:30.
Yeah.
They were recommending that employees work from home if they could.
Yeah.
Down there, my daughter told me.
Yeah, it was something. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, Castlewood, Haytide, Clear Lake, they're all getting snow. It looks
Hey,
like
there's the Mrs.
we're just
Cable.
kind of in a no zone yet.
No.
You are?
Inauguration for what? Oh,
When's it? It's January. You have to like, yeah. You have to get a fancy outfit.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Is that? Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. So I'm going to call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. It is January 3rd, 2022. We'll start with the 2023. It says it right there.
Well, go read the Bible.
I'm still on 20. We go back. 2023.
All right,
That's going to be new saying that.
I will fix that.
Oh, well, it's all good. So I'll take privilege of being chair and say the pledge since it'll be my last opportunity as commissioner. So.
And to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I would just remind everyone, if you have a cell phone, to silence it. If you need to take a call, if you could step out into the hallway. We are streaming live on YouTube as well. Call for public comment. If there are any issues that someone from the would like to bring to the commissioners as it is not on the agenda, the two phone numbers that they can use are 605-882-6297 or 605-882-6248, and they'll address that during the open part of the meeting. Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any for fellow commissioners?
no.
Item number 4, action to approve the January 3rd,
So moved.
2023 agenda.
Second.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Waterman. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Action to approve the minutes of the December 29th, 2022 meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Gable. Any additions or corrections? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 6, old business. We have one item. It is action to approve the MOU between Codington County and the ASME union.
And this was not actually part of the union contracts that you approved last week. It was a separate item, which I was not aware of. It's an MOU regarding their sick bank at the highway.
Oh,
And you should have a copy of it in your packet. So you will need to take action on this separately.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve that. I'll second.
By Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any comments,
Memorandum of understanding.
questions?
So just a question, was this, we actually talked a lot about sick banks and things. Was this a thing separate from, I'm trying to remember, was this a thing separate from the union negotiations or?
It was part of the union negotiations, but I don't think it was part of the
Just
union
to get into the
contract,
contract.
which is what you approved. So
Right.
basically what this does is the highway department has their own sick bank. They are not included with the one that we
Right.
have here for employees, and
Mhm.
they would like the 3 administrative positions at the highway to no longer have
Separate.
access to the Codington County Highway Department sick leave bank. So that would be the superintendent, the deputy superintendent, and the administrative assistant will be now will in future be using the sick bank for
Yeah, I remember
that
we,
the rest of us.
it just didn't
use.
make it into the document, so.
Well,
It's
Just-
it
a
was,
separate.
I was made aware that it was even gonna be approved. All I had on was to
Ah,
approve
okay.
the contract
Okay.
negotiations.
Right,
This
right,
is a
okay.
whole separate item,
Okay.
so.
So now that will be added to the existing contract or the new contract then? Will that go into the
that would be a
contract?
Natalie question, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
The main thing is to agree to what we.
Yeah.
This covers everybody and this excludes anybody that's not a union member.
Correct,
Right.
correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, from that sick bank.
You okay with it?
So it's really not a contract item.
It's a MOU. Memorandum of understanding, so. Were you ready to vote?
We have a motion in a second.
Yep. Yep, ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right, then the next action is to adjourn sine DA. Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right.
So the first item we're gonna take up is the oath of office for the recently elected and re-elected.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yep.
Thank you, Brenda.
Congratulations on a job well done, Brenda.
Good luck to you guys.
You won't go far.
No, not far. Okay, I'll read the oath and ask for you to say, I do at the end.
Stand
Do
up.
you, Randall Schwer,
Yeah.
L. Myron Johnson, yeah, we can all stand up, L. Myron Johnson and D. Lee Gable. Legally elected and duly qualified commissioners of Codington County Districts 1, 3, and 5 solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, and that you will faithfully, impartially, and honestly discharge the duties as Codington County Commissioners.
I will.
Okay, you can sign those and that part is done. And then the next part of the meeting is nominations for chair and vice chair. You will make your nomination in the form of a nomination, not a motion. You just simply state who you would like to nominate for chair. And you can do that now.
Nominate Lee Gable for chairman.
I would nominate Myron Johnson.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Seeing we have 2 candidates, we will have to do a vote. I will hand out very simple ballot. You'll write down the name of the commissioner that you wish to see as chairman. You can just write the name on there, fold it in half and hand it to me, and I'll tally the votes. And then just pass them this way, please. All right, the first vote is for Lee Gable. Second vote is for Lee Gable. Third vote is for Lee Gable. Fourth vote is for Myron Johnson. And the fifth vote is for Myron Johnson. That is 3 votes for Commissioner Gable to 2 for Commissioner Johnson. And Commissioner Gable will be your chairman for 2023.
Thank you.
And then you can take over nominations for vice chair.
Okay, this time we'll take nominations for vice chair. I'll nominate Commissioner Van Duzen. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? I would entertain a motion to let nomination cease and we cast a unanimous ballot. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Schwer. So all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Commissioner Van Duzen is the vice
Thank
chairman.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so next in the agenda, we have monthly reports. First up is Jody with extension.
Morning, Jody.
Morning, Jody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
Get on there. I feel like I just was here.
and welcome to the commission.
Welcome, Randy. I remember going down to his farm, Judge Dairy Palace, so many years ago. All right, well, the tree at our the library fundraiser is complete. We'll be cleaning that up today. Our 4-H display at Winter Wonderland is buried in snow and frozen in. So if we tried to pull it out, it might break. So we're leaving it there so it'll snow melt. We had 15 youth participate in our fashion review and communications clinics on December 28th. Special thanks to some of my volunteers that helped with that. Our shooting sports hopefully starts tonight. I don't know what the weather's going to do, but BB gun will be held on Tuesday nights with air pistol and air rifle on Thursday nights, and that's in our sail ring. Tuesdays are full with BB gun already. Our archery begins on January 17th at the city auditorium. Farm show prep is underway. We'll be looking for volunteers soon to help with our 4-H lunch counters, and that's February 8th through the 11th. Lucy Walker, one of our Codington County 4-H youth, was in the top 5 at the state fair in our consumer decision-making contest. And she will be headed to Denver this week to judge in CDM along with other South Dakota 4-H youth competing in that competition for other contests too. So good luck to her. Any questions?
How did you do with the tree?
I don't know for sure the total because I only had I'm missing a week's of totals yet, so not sure yet. So
Good.
I'm just curious, how many kids are signed up for the shooting sports, roughly?
well, we can only do 13 on the line for BB guns. We have 26 tonight, and then Thursday night we'll have more too. They're still signing up, so
Okay.
Huh.
It used to be, when my kids were doing it, it was a good turnout. So.
Yeah, so we've got 14 per shift in shootings and archery, so 28 per night.
That is such a neat program.
Yeah.
Those kids gotta love that. And it's just fun.
Do you know where the other kids are that are going to Denver? Where are they from?
Where are they from? No, not all of them. No, I don't. No, I just
thought maybe there was a few more local.
I'm not sure about that. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that you do, Jody, but the shooting sports has become so popular. The only problem with that, and I don't know if it's a problem or not, is I guess it may be 2 things, but a lot of people that are involved in the shooting sports are members of 4-H, but they don't bring anything to achievement days. They fall off there. Looks like I'm gonna buy rolls, huh?
Oh,
I've done it.
Bam. Who called you?
first meeting of the year, Myron.
And I have it all.
Awesome. Cream filled, please. Thank you.
Bam.
What kind of rules you guys like? Anyway, they are involved in 4-H because they're involved in the sporting shoot, but when it comes time for achievement days, they drift off. They're not-
About half of them will
They don't
participate
bring
in it. Yeah.
anything to achievement days, and I'd like to encourage them you know, to follow through and bring a project to achievement days. Because I can see, I mean, I've been doing it for so many years, I can see the numbers that show up for achievement days dwindling. The number of projects that come in, and I'd encourage that. The other thing is that the facilities, we have to keep an eye on the facilities. We have so many in sporting and shoot and archery, you know. If
Our
we could
space
help
is
out
limited.
some way and make the facilities better, let us know.
Yeah.
Maybe we can help out there.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's just limited there and they have to take a break for shooting sports because of farm show. So because they shoot in the sail ring right now. That's the only place we really have to shoot right now. And because the building's so busy, we tried to get into the other part of the building, but we'd be having different schedules every month.
Thinking down the road, once the ice people move out.
That would
you
be
know?
great.
Yeah, something that we gotta keep in
It's
mind.
close by.
It's a big
Yeah.
building, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be another
Range.
city county project, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Jody.
Jody.
Happy New Year.
Veteran Services.
Todd. Morning, Todd.
Morning, Todd.
Morning, everybody. Just a couple weeks ago, I briefed, so I don't have a whole lot going on right now, but one transport December, two currently scheduled for January. I did do some looking around. I've been doing some claims for Honor the Pact Act, you know, that passed in August. And looking at, I have a handful of veterans that they've basically, since there was no money appropriated by Congress, they couldn't really go forward and process them. So I've seen a handful of those sitting there like in backlog. They're just they're ready for decision. They just haven't made the decision. And I'm gonna guess that the VA with this Honor the Pact Act is going to be kind of an accordion effect. They've had like 5 months to load claims in to the VA. So all of a sudden here in January, they're going to start processing them. So more than likely, it's going to slow down, probably flex a little bit from that standpoint. So there's really nothing that we can do from our end from that standpoint. I just try to tell the veterans, you know, again, dealing with the VA, dealing with the government, it might take a little bit longer than normal, but everything is going good from that standpoint. One other thing from the VA standpoint, they did have the largest increase for the cost of living. It was 8.7%. According to my references, that's the largest increase in 40 years from the VA standpoint, from that standpoint. So it's huge from there. Jay is full-time as of 1 January. He's currently over in the office right now. So looking forward to that. And the bridge naming program, got that out, but again, that is for anybody can nominate anybody for that from that standpoint that was lost in the line of duty. So just any questions of me?
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Todd.
You bet.
Thanks, Todd.
Todd, could you email me your notes or?
Is there, next up is community health nurses.
She could not be here, but she did send out her commission report with updates on staff training, immunizations, WIC, maternal health, child adolescent services, Bright Start, community involvement, and statewide updates. And that was from Cody Martin.
Okay. Those are in your packet, so unless anybody has any direct comments about that, we can move on.
No.
So this next thing on the agenda is number 11, action to designate legal papers for Codington County publications. Can you?
And there are currently 2 legal newspapers established in Codington County. We are required to publish in both of those. That would be the South Shore Gazette and the Watertown Public Opinion.
So move.
Second.
So a motion by Johnson, second by Van Dusen. Any other discussion? If there's no other discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the action to set the commissioner salaries for 2023.
Give me a minute. I will pull up the screen and tell you what you are currently being paid per month. And then the chairman normally receives an extra $100 for taking care of claims, signing vouchers, that type of thing. So currently, Commissioner's salary is $1,954.09 per month.
Okay, so, and just to, maybe I could start off on this. So typically what we've done is the same pay raise as what we do for employees.
I'd move to do that.
Okay, motion by Johnson, so that would be, so what we gave to employees was a 5.5% increase. So there's a motion by Johnson. Is there a second to Commissioner Johnson's motion?
Does that need a second?
It does need a second.
To fall in line with the rest of our employees, both non-union, union and non-union, I would go along with that.
So is that, that's a second by, I'm taking that as a second by Waterman. Any other discussion? Okay. Ready to vote? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
And that was Van Duzen that voted no? Is
Correct.
that correct? Okay.
And by the way, just so that motion,
Another motion then to do the extra $100 for the chair, if that's in order, or do
okay.
you want me to put it on the agenda for next week? Or do you want to take care of it now? I mean,
I would
it's
make
part of
it-
setting the salaries.
I would make that a draw. Motion to
Okay,
give the chairman $100
You can,
a month for extra duties.
It's just, it's fine with me. It's fine with me if you don't.
Yeah.
If that's the issue. So
do you want to call for a second?
is there a second?
Motion dies for lack of a second,
Okay.
unless you want to.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay,
It's kind of what I was.
all right.
Okay, next time on the agenda is the discussion of possible action to appoint commissioner liaison board duty assignments. And there's the original one is in your packet, the current set of assignments, or with Commissioner Hatton assuming the duties of auditor in a few months. That leaves a lot of vacancies. So you can see there's the printed out version is in front of you with showing where there are vacancies, what we don't have to act on this week. We can wait a week or so,
Yep.
because there's
You
kind of
want
a
to
lot to,
discuss it
yeah,
or think
there's a lot to
think on
figure
it
out.
for a week, that's fine. This is currently where we're at.
yeah, I guess I would like to postpone that until next week, at least next week, so that we can have some discussion on that. I know that there's been some discussion about maybe moving some people. So
the top of the paper, I make that a little bigger for people to see. So the top of the page is all the liaisons with the different departments. So if we, and then the bottom are the various boards. Some of those are ones we have to do as the county. Some we want to do because we maybe contribute to the budgets of some of these organizations. Some are statutory, and then at the bottom, there are some state board appointments that a few of us participate in. So we can wait till, if everybody's okay, we can wait till next week or the next couple of weeks as we figure that out, because Commissioner Hatton was on a number of different boards. Okay.
sounds good.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is number 14, action to set the compensation for the coroner. So can you elucidate us as to what is the
Currently, the coroner receives $250 per call. I just want to double check that. Let me look back at my minutes quick.
I think we had just raised that up to $250. I think that was last year. We probably did that.
I would have to look back to the year before.
You want to come up and have some
Yeah.
input?
Yeah, Terry, come on up. Yeah.
Righty.
That's
You are
right.
Currently receiving 250. Is
Yes,
that correct?
that
Okay.
is correct.
Yep, okay. Yep, you can go ahead and.
Here, you want to-
So,
Go ahead.
so I'm the liaison for the coroner's office, and Terry and I visit quite regularly about his duties, and very proud of Terry and what he's achieving in our coroner's office. It really isn't a happy job, as you can imagine. He was up a lot and out on calls over this past weekend, and we have a few things that we're working on, but I would make a recommendation that just like all of our other county employees, that he receive a compensation of an additional $50 a month to move him to $300 per call out. And his costs have also gone up as well. So that's my motion. Terry, anything you want to?
Second that motion? I'll second the chair seconds. Terry, would you like to give us any background on?
Yeah, if you guys will let me, I'll go ahead and give you our statuses for the year of 2022 and let you know exactly what we do.
Okay.
From January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, our office was contacted to investigate 73 deaths in the county. Out of those deaths, under the National Medical Examiners, they make distinctions in the manners of death. So we have natural, accident, suicide, homicide, and undetermined. So that's what I do when I do a death certificate. In Q1, the Codington County Coroner's Office, we investigated 18 deaths in Q1. A breakdown of the deaths in Q1 was 11 natural, 6 accidental deaths, 4 occurred from individuals that had fell at a care center or previous to a care center and then passed away due to their injuries. 1 death was ruled an accident from a drug overdose, and 1 death was ruled an accident from bleach burns. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's for Q1. And then we still have the Codington County Coroner's Office authorized 2 deaths to be autopsy in that quarter. 1 of them is still undetermined. So we're still trying to come up with a manner and a cause of death on that one. Q2, we had 14 natural deaths. We had 7 accidental deaths, 1 suicide, 0 homicides, and 1 undetermined, which was a total of 23 with 2 autopsies performed. And then in Q3, which was July through September, we did 8 natural deaths, 5 accidental deaths, 2 suicides, 0 homicides, and 0 undetermined, which was a total of 15 deaths, and with 1 autopsy performed. And then Q4, which was October until the end of the year here, we had 13 natural, 2 accidental, 2 suicides, and total of 17 with 2 autopsies performed. So for the total for the year, we did 46 natural, 20 accidents, 5 suicides, and 2 undetermined, which is a total of 73. And a total of 7 autopsies for the year.
Was that a total of 72 or 73?
73.
73.
Yep.
That's the most detailed coroner's report I think we've ever.
Yeah.
had.
But yeah, we track them all. So we know exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay.
Could I ask the both of you to we also pay Terry at the current state rate of 42 cents per, or whatever the state rate is for mileage, if you would consider adding that to your motion
Yeah, I will.
and
That's-
second,
yeah,
okay, all right,
I
just to
agree.
clear it up, thank you.
So we have a motion and a second on the floor to add an additional $50 per call plus going the state rate for mileage for the coroner. Is there any discussion on that?
Yeah, I'm when we take a look at the $50 a deal raise, that's 4 times what we give the state employer, other employees, that's 4 times the rate. If we did a 5.5, it'd be $12.50, but if we double it would be $25. So I would make a counter proposal to $25 for a raise.
So I'm taking that as a substitute motion. Substitute motion. From Commissioner Waterman to, you said $12? $25, okay.
Per call.
So,
Per
per
call.
call, so substitute motion
yes.
from Commissioner Waterman for 20 to raise the rate by $25 per call. Is there a second to that substitute motion?
I'll second the substitute.
Or a second from Johnson? Any discussion on the substitute motion? So all in favor of the substitute motion of raising the rate by $25 and I'm sorry, and the mileage as well to keep it at the state rate, okay? Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. No.
No.
So
No.
I count.
No.
No, so that's 3 no and 2 aye, so that motion fails. So back to the original motion. $50 per call and state mileage at the state rate. So any discussion on that motion? Okay, all in favor of that motion to raise by $50, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, so opposed, say no.
No.
Commissioner Johnson, did you?
I'm just making sure I don't have to buy rolls here again. I got it off and it's
Did you?
still
I'm sorry.
dinging and ringing. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Johnson, I didn't hear your vote. Was it
I
aye?
said, aye.
Okay, so that's 4 in favor, 1 opposed, so that motion carries.
Thank you, Terry.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Before the corner leaves, last week we were talking about finding room. He is purchasing a cooler or whatever you refer to it as. Is it a cooler?
Yes, it's a
And,
mold cooler.
Jody left, but I haven't. I apologize. This week was a mess.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to follow up, but if anybody knows of a space, and it really would be best if it was in a county facility somewhere.
We have a location in mind that we're working on trying to secure right now, Commissioner Johnson, and I think we had probably mentioned that out in the hall when you and I talked,
Yeah.
but it's that's kind of in the works. We're still looking at that, but we do need a county facility that's going to be able to hold this. And it is a refrigeration unit to hold bodies, and it's about 10-foot by 10-foot space that's needed in order to do that. Currently, we are housing bodies at a local funeral home. And so that's
Well, as a liaison.
not the best.
As a liaison to the extension center and we've discussed this, where would we put this? Steve and I had a talk, and you've talked to Steve, and I'm sure everybody else. It seems like everything is crowded and full, and it would have to be secured.
Yes.
Yes.
And we don't really have any place at the extension center. There was some talk about that of not, but that's not secured. The weed shed is really not secured. That would leave the highway department building, and that would be in the back corner on the gravel floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we
Not
don't
really
want that.
satisfactory.
So we are gonna find a location that is suitable for this item. So I don't know that.
So this is a discussion item. So we've talked to, yeah. We're talking
And
more
our
about
new
corner stuff
facility.
than we've talked about student ever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, well, thank you for working on that.
Yep. We'll keep-
Interesting issue. So,
Thank you.
Thank you,
Our
Terry.
Facility that we put up 4 years ago by the extension center, and 3 years ago is full too.
Yeah.
So next item on the agenda is number 15, action to allocate juvenile justice reinvestment initiative funds to the Watertown Boys and Girls Club. And I think we have state's attorney and representatives from Lewis from the Boys and Girls Club.
Good morning.
Tell us about it.
You want to,
Good
Hey,
morning.
Louis.
Good morning. I have Louis Canfield here, Liz Christensen is also here from the Boys and Girls Club. Our agenda item here, we have received juvenile justice diversion funds from the state for the fiscal year 2022. Codington County received $35,577.60. That payment was based upon successful completers in the youth diversion program that is administered through the Boys and Girls Club. I am extremely pleased with how that program is going at the Boys and Girls Club. Significant changes have happened in that program that have just skyrocketed our numbers, which has been fabulous, which is why we've got $35,000 to allocate. And so it is my proposal and request that the $35,577.60 be allocated to the Boys and Girls Club so that we can continue this program. And I think Lewis will kind of fill you in with what they've been doing.
Let's take a motion. Is there a motion?
I'll take it. No motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Johnson. Okay, let's tell some more about it.
Yeah, numbers definitely have increased. Just to give you a comparison, last full calendar year, July 21 through June 22, worked with 211 referrals. This current year, which we're at the 6-month point, we're at 259. So we've already surpassed our caseload significantly. A lot of that's just some of the changes we made specifically with taking tobacco and vape cases. So when kids are coming through, they're not just getting a fine, they're actually getting some education and hopefully steering them away from those chemicals. So for this current year, we're at 259 total cases. 119 have completed successfully. 12 have been referred back to state's attorney's office. And then 128 are still actively in the program. Success rate of 91%. So significant success rate. I do think that's going to go down as a lot of those pending cases are kids that we're trying to give them their last chance to really follow through with their plan. And if they don't, they'll have to be referred back to the state's attorney's office for formal prosecution. But as far as what we'd use the dollars for, two really big parts. One of them is to support our behavioral health line item. We hired a social worker here just about a year ago in February, and we had some gear funding from the state that was able to support that for just a year. And so now we're looking for a way to continue that program. Obviously, I refer a lot of kids to our behavioral health social worker for a variety of classes and whatnot. And then the second part would be, because of the increased caseload, we're toying with the idea of hiring an assistant to help with the caseload. So those funds would support both behavioral health and our caseload.
Okay, any questions for Rose or Becky?
We do appreciate what you do over there. It really helps us in the court system and hopefully it helps the children as well. And I'm sure it does.
I would like to think so. I think time will tell when we can really dive into the recidivism, but I think our success rate really does speak volumes. And statistically, if kids can stay out of the system, they are going to be less likely to reoffend. So
people know what we're talking. I have the privilege of being on this committee, so I get to hear Lewis's reports. This is kind of a nip it in the bud program. So people talk about diversion and things. So diversion is more nip it in the bud. It's not like, being soft on crime. You're actually dealing with an issue before it gets really bad and hoping to reset the pattern, so to speak. And so, I think the numbers speak to the fact that we're just paying attention to it. And I hope that characterizes it well. If you want to, if I got it wrong, you can.
No, I think that's exactly right. I think time will tell as far as if these kids are going to be lifelong, rule breakers. But the success rates alone, the smallest category of success is truancy. Like that's where kids really seem to struggle the most.
Mm-hmm.
And we're around 50%, which is low compared to other categories such as alcohol or tobacco. But that's a tough one. Like when you can get kids, 50% of the kids that come in for truancy to actually get back to school, get back on track to graduate and be successful, I think that's really, really strong. So, and I have individual success stories in my head. So it's just been a year that I've taken over, but we've already gotten some pretty good results.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Ready to vote. Any discussion? Okay. So all in favor, we have a motion, a second on the floor. So all in favor of allocating the JJRI funds to the Watertown Boys and Girls Club, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries.
Thank you very much
for your work.
Thanks, man.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the number 16, action to approve the list of employee cell phone stipends. So we've talked about this, the actual number, but this is the actual list of people that would get the cell phone stipend, as I understand it.
This list is, the amounts being paid are based on the employee's grade. On our pay scale, and you will notice that it's less than last year because the sheriff's office is going a different route this year, so they will not. Sheriff Howell has asked to have the stipends removed for his office. It does come to, with the employees that are on this list, $845 per month.
Okay, is there entertain a motion to approve this?
How about I'll make the motion to approve it.
Okay, motion by Johnson, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Van Duzen. So did you, any discussion?
Yeah, discussion, yeah. Is there any particular reason, refresh my memory, why equalization, they all have the $40 stipend? Is there a particular reason rather than the 25? Is there?
Based on their grade is all I can tell you. It's based on,
It's also
the
based
wage
on
scale.
full-time and part-time too, I think, isn't it? Is that part of it?
nope,
Oh, no,
no.
that's not, you're right. You're correct.
part-time people do not
You're correct.
get cell phone
And
stipend.
as I recall from the wage study we did a couple of years ago, that this is, pretty much the standard if you're going to do a cell phone stipend. Any other discussion?
The only thing, question I had is, and I made the motion, but I was just wondering, if there's anything that they couldn't do on a $25 stipend that, if you understand?
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
This
and
is the
it-
stipend that you did approve last year. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you.
None of these amounts have changed.
Thank you.
Cindy, just a quick question.
Sure.
Emergency management,
Yes.
that individual there, why is he still?
He's he's our on-call person if our emergency management director or deputy director are unavailable.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? So all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. All right. Next item on the agenda is action to approve bank depositories for 2023 and authorized warrant signers.
This list comes to you from the county treasurer's office. It tells you where our depositories are. And it also authorizes employees of the treasurer's office and the auditor's office to sign checks.
So move to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Any discussion on this one? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. By the way, I should stop and introduce our Randy Schweers, our new commissioner.
Welcome, yeah.
Yeah, welcome, Randy.
Randy.
Sounds like.
Thank you.
So we'll have to change the
quiet
board.
over here.
Yeah, we have.
When my voice gets better, I'll talk more.
Yeah, I picked a good day for laryngitis, so. Okay, all right, welcome, congratulations. Okay, so, number 18, action to approve a notice to bidders for annual highway supplies and weed chemicals. Here's Rick. Good morning.
Good morning. This is something that we do every year to get our supplies like culverts, diesel fuel, asphalt, P-rock, all that stuff that we use throughout the year.
So pretty self-explanatory. Is
Yes.
there a motion?
I'll move to approve the authorize them to notice to the bidders.
Second.
So motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Anything else? Any other discussion or anything else you want to say, Rick?
No, but
Okay.
It's pretty standard, something you
Yep.
have to do every
yeah, we
year.
have to do it every year.
All right. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. And then I'm guessing number 19 is yours as well. So action to approve a weight and speed limit resolution.
Here again, this is something that we do every year. We have the State Highway Patrol monitor our roads for weight limits and trucks that are overweight and speeding. Like I said, it's something that we do every year around the thaw time is what we put the load limits on.
Motion to approve that.
Oh,
So a motion by Van Duzen, second by, motion by Van Duzen, second by Johnson. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
So, and then next on the 20, number 20 is an action to approve hiring of a full-time deputy sheriff. And just so people know, so, we had one deputy sheriff resigned to take another job. So this is simply, a motion or action to advertise to hire another one. So,
Fill a vacancy.
yeah, to fill a vacancy. So,
Existing spot.
and is there a motion and a second?
I'll move that way.
So motion by Schwer. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Van Duzen.
Fill it.
Any other discussion? So this is an existing position. It's out.
We are
It's gonna be
filling a
vacant.
vacancy, yes,
Yeah.
it is not a new position.
Yeah, so. Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Okay, and then. Next, opening and review of RFPs received for the HVAC project. So it was a good thing to do an RFP, actually review of the proposals based on the RFP.
How many did we get?
Okay, as of, I've noticed there was nothing that was mailed in on RFPs, but I had sent everybody except Randy what was already sent to me. And so we had just recently, some this morning. Some of you might not have gotten it already, but we have gotten 3 proposals. And so we got one is from West Plains Engineering out of Sioux Falls. They're proposed.
Which was the one that you sent out to us?
I sent all 3 of them. It just was emailed this morning, so we had 2 of them were, and one of them.
Thanks for the rolls. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Yeah.
You know, I sent it off at 8:30 already, so.
The way that thing works, it probably just got.
Okay, yeah. But West Plains Engineering out of Sioux Falls proposed, and so we for this project, they gave an estimate cost of theirs to be about 360,000. And so we for engineering. Yep, of their engineering cost. The other one that was proposed is CMTA. CMTA had gave a range. They are based out of Fargo, North Dakota. They gave a range of 320,000 to 370,000. And then also got one from Johnson Controls, which Johnson Controls did not have. They have their whole complete. They're the ones that infrastructured this last year. They actually use CMTA as their engineering firm to do all this project stuff. So
So that's still a design proposal. I saw
Yeah.
the emails. I
Yep.
haven't opened up.
and I was just refreshing and going through them, and so and one of the things is CMTA is their engineering firm that they use.
And that's out of
Right.
Sioux Falls.
That,
right?
nope, that's out of Fargo.
Oh, Fargo.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So those are 2 others. The gentleman that did it back in December, I had forwarded that one also back, but he had now it declined to use that.
Right.
Primarily is because all the stuff that they have picked up now in the past month, they will not be until May before they could be able to start the engineering process.
So that's the company that gave us the quote before.
That's the one that
As we
gave
were
us the
thinking
quote
about whether or
before.
not to
Yep.
do in our-
Yep.
Okay.
And then I did contact the out of Aberdeen. They were gonna look at doing it. He talked to his firm, and their scale had just gone from mediocre to full. They wouldn't be able to start a project until May, so they had decided not to put an acceptance in for this, so.
Well, what I'm thinking is, and you tell me what your thoughts are.
My thoughts is I think we need to review this a little bit and go through it and so that, so. And before we make the final conclusion on this.
So if you want,
The one thing about it is Johnson Controls, I did talk to them, they could be able to start getting things going right away, because everything was all pre-engineered. They could get it so we could get the process for getting the chillers going through, but that was what he had said this morning, so.
What, when do you think we need to award this?
I think
Or
we need to
accept-
get this awarded probably as soon as possible,
So like 1 week, 2 weeks?
probably a couple weeks.
Okay, so it's.
I believe you are gonna be out, and so,
Yeah,
yeah,
but we
so
can still
we
meet,
can
but-
still
Yeah, we
have
can
time, so.
Yeah.
Yep,
So, can you make sure you send it to Commissioner
Yep,
Schwer? and-
yep, I think once, don't know if his email is set up yet. Cindy, are you aware? His is not set up yet, correct? So I'll need to get an email address. Actually, what I can do is I can give you the hard copies right here, right now, and then I just made one set of copies right
On the
now, so.
Johnson Controls, there's no engineering estimates.
Nope, there's no engineering because it was all pre-engineered already through CMTA already, so.
And that was the 360,000.
Well, yeah, the 360,000 is what, between 320 to 370,000, what CMTA,
theirs,
yep, that was theirs. But of course, Johnson Controls had theirs already pre-done through them already last year, so.
I look forward to looking at that proposal.
And there,
That sounds
yeah.
kinda Interesting, so, okay.
So,
Any other questions for Steve as we go? So it's incumbent on us to take a look at these
Yep.
things and work and,
Yep.
you know, ask questions about,
Yep.
of Steve
and of course, we can converse with these individuals and so that, and so that. West Plains did not turn around and respond if they can start the project right away or not, so.
All right.
If we
Thank you.
don't get started on this and we go with one of these in May, this could possibly be pushed. off.
Well, currently, right now, it's almost looking like there's a good chance that the boilers and maybe the air exchangers will not probably get put in this year. Just because of the push out of getting all the products in. So that, which might have to extend into 2024. And I've already thought of that already, might have to re-budget for next year for some of this, but we're hoping that we will know how the general scope by May when I have to get things prepared, so.
Yeah.
Johnson Control has been taken care of.
They have been our provider here for the past 30 some years. So that, so.
Dependable.
So, you know, there's a number of factors, you know, that we need to think about.
Yes,
you know,
there is. Yep.
So,
Is there once they get started on the project, will there be an issue with the jail and
That has already been discussed and so that, yeah, it'd have to be worked out, what quarters, if they have to move and so that, of course, I mean, Johnson Controls is well aware of that already and so that all
that was-
of that, but
we put that
the
in the
other ones,
RFP
yeah.
as well.
Yep.
You can't close down jail. You have to work around their
Yep.
existing schedule. So,
good? Thank you.
all right. Thanks, Steve.
you bet.
Thanks, Steve.
All right.
Can't close the jail.
Can't close the deal. Yeah, by the way, just people on the agenda, it just says HVAC project. So this is an HVAC project for the detention center. Number 22, action to approve claims for payment.
I have nothing for 22, 23, or 24.
We like that. Thank you.
Man, okay. That's kind of man. But okay, is there any old business? Took care of old business. Okay, is any other new business? Anything for the open? Okay, so welcome Commissioner Schwer. And do anything, so we may have anything where we might have a quorum. So we have there's a thing on Ukrainian refugees this evening. I don't know I know I'm going to be there. And then the GOP meeting tomorrow, I think.
And I'll be at the city council meeting tonight. Everybody's planning on going.
Move to adjourn.
Oh, hold on. Do we have any need for an executive session? Okay. Okay, now I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion by Johnson. Is there a second to that motion? Second by Waterman. So you can't discuss the motion to adjourn. So all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that motion carries.